Hi, I'm Jess Twyman, Director of Art Exchange, the gallery here at the University of Essex, and I'd like to welcome you to our latest exhibition, Livestreams. This show brings together artworks from the Essex Collection of Latin American Art, better known as Escala, and Dr. Lisa Blackmore's Global Challenges research project, Entre-Ríos. At Art Exchange, we think it's really important to offer diverse points of view, and this extends not just to the artworks on the wall, which come from all around the world, but also to the curators we work with. And for this exhibition, we've been joined by three curators, Dr. Lisa Blackmore, Diego Chicano, and Emilio Chapella, of which Diego is with us today. Diego is very well positioned to take us on a tour, as he is both assistant curator of the Essex Collection of Latin American Art and project manager and part of the curatorial team of Entre-Ríos.
Welcome to the exhibition. The exhibition is titled Livestreams. And it starts from the premise or the idea that human activity and economic growth and urban expansion is often prioritized to the expense of bodies of water. Within this thinking and this sort of pursuit of constant economic progress, there's this idea that nature is separate or at odds to culture or human beings. What we wanted to do with this exhibition was to bridge that gap and to talk more about the permeations between human beings and culture and human bodies and other bodies, so non-human bodies, particularly bodies of water and rivers. The exhibition brings together works from the Essex Collection of Art from Latin America, as well as work from artists that we have been working with as part of this Entre-Ríos project. It has been going on since 2018, but has reached a new sort of digital phase since around May of last year. So this artwork is by the Mexican artist Emilio Chapella, who also co-curated the exhibition, and it's called Tequendama Fall. Tequendama Fall is a waterfall in Colombia that's part of the Bogota River, which is a very contaminated and ailing river. Emilio has actually never been to Tequendama Fall. He's never seen it in person, but he had a dream about it after having several conversations and seeing several images of it from colleagues that we were working with as part of this Entre-Ríos project. In his dream, Emilio was at the top of the waterfall and he could see himself dropping a camera down the waterfall into the polluted waters of the Bogota. He woke up from this dream feeling quite agitated and tense, and so Chapella decided to explore these dreams and the sense of agitation that he felt by painting these colorful lines in the downward rhythm that reflect a waterfall. He also then realized that it resembled a colorful parachute. With this artwork, he wanted to become more attuned to the act of falling, to be more patient and while staying in contaminated waters in the hopes of healing. Upon entering the gallery and turning to the left, you'll see all the artworks from the Essex Collection of Art from Latin America. They're all installed on this side of the wall together and separate to the artworks from the Entre-Ríos project because we wanted them to serve as a contextualizing gesture for the rest of the exhibition. So all of these artworks speak in some sense to this artificial and problematic separation of nature and culture. They give the viewer a general introduction to that topic, which is then expanded on by the Entre-Ríos artists throughout the rest of the exhibition. This is an artwork from the Essex Collection of Art from Latin America by the Brazilian artist called Martha Niklaus. The artwork is titled Construção Popular, which translates to popular construction. Upon first glance, it really resembles a sample of a very popular construction technique in Brazil called pau a pique. This construction technique was used by Brazil's original inhabitants, and it continues to be used to this day. The materials it uses are in abundance and essentially free, so it's quite a sustainable way of building shelter. All the construction technique uses is bamboo and clay. So when read like this, the artwork seems to be a nod to the popular in Brazil to traditional crafts. However, it also references the grid, which is essential for urbanization, for modernization, and it's also the key part of modern art. So, by reconstructing the grid with earthy materials such as bamboo and clay, Niklaus infers a meeting of Brazil's landscape with urban development, and therefore infers a meeting of nature and culture. The artworks from Entre-Ríos artists focus a lot more on the body. The artist's practices are a lot more about becoming attuned to different bodily functions and bodily flows. And this is because the body can be thought of as the first interface through which we establish ethical relations towards others. So by sensing and manifesting empathy towards other bodies, you begin to build more ethical relationships with them. The artists from the Entre-Ríos projects use practices such as breathing exercises, meditations, and performances like the ones we're going to see by Eulalia de Valdenebro to highlight the permeability and the porosity of the human body and bodies of water, and therefore highlight the fact that their well-being is mutually dependent. Eulalia de Valdenebro is a Colombian artist who has worked with Entre-Ríos and contributed 3 videos that are part of her Cuerpo Permeable series, which translates to permeable bodies. The videos depart from the idea that life on planet Earth is only possible because living bodies and material forces affect and interact with one another, that living bodies are permeable to material forces and vice versa. The videos take place in the foggy Páramo, which is a highland ecosystem that's about 3,000 meters above sea level in Colombia and is a really important ecosystem for the country's freshwater resources. In these 3 videos, the artist stages acts of becoming different states of hydrological cycles. She makes her body permeable to mist, to the lakes, and to wind through very intimate performances. The video Lake takes on an eco-political dimension. The artist makes a ritual offering to the body of water by taking solid gold cufflinks that were an heirloom from her family and smelting them down into an organic form. She then offers the smelted down gold back to the lake, almost as a ritual offering. By doing this, she attempts to reverse the process of extraction, which exerts pressure on the country's páramos, where mining agendas push into protected ecosystems. These 3 prints were made by the Peruvian artist Julieta Varsi, and they were made specifically for this exhibition. They're titled Being Wind, Navigating the Horizon, and Liberating Waters. The prints illustrate breathing and movement exercises in which the artist invites us to experience the fluid systems that activate and innervate the human body. The posters are didactic and they appropriate the visual language of anatomical and medical textbooks. They give guidance such as be water, be like water, be with water, be from water, be for water. Varsi instructs the viewers to breathe, to sweat, to cry, to basically liberate internal liquids that are quite intimate to the body, but are also suggestive of flows in the world beyond our own bodies. The exercises draw on scientific principles such as homeostasis that bridge human and non-human life forms. Just like our bodies always seek to return to homeostatic balance, to a state of equilibrium, rivers do so too, in an attempt to repair the malaises that affect them. This audiovisual installation is called Grandmother's Song, and it's by Colombian artist Leonel Vasquez. Vasquez notes that for many communities, stones are considered to be grandmothers. He says that they preserve in their silence the voice of a deep geological time in which humanity is insignificant. He likes to think of them as an archive of deep time, essentially. For this installation, Vasquez has collected stones from both healthy and ailing rivers. He collects them, he cleans them, and he cares for them, and then sets them to spin on a gramophone-like contraption that liberates the voice of these grandmothers. This artwork is in the back room at Art Exchange, and we're inviting viewers, after having seen the rest of the exhibition, to immerse themselves within this space, within this river of sound, and to meditate and find comfort in them, and hopefully begin to build a deeper sense of care for our rivers. Art Exchange will be reopening on the 17th of May, but because half of this exhibition's duration was online only, we've really tried to make the presence of the digital felt within the gallery space. So if you go along the exhibition, you'll see QR codes printed onto the labels. You can scan the QR codes and access videos of the artists talking about the artworks in their own words. On our website as well, you'll be able to find a schedule with all the public program events surrounding the exhibition. We hope to see you there.